Good. I changed one thing I don't know. All right. Well, let's go again. Yeah, this time it's going to be good. I think. Yeah, maybe it's. I use Restream, which what it is. It's a service I pay just like $20 a month, and I stream one stream to it, and it can go from what I'm paying for. It can go up to 5 different sources. So
Okay, okay.
that's what I do, and it's maybe Restream is having a problem. I went in and instead of auto detect, went in and had it manually said to the main California ingest, take in point. All right, who are we fighting here? The
What is
Axis
your
of
name again,
Evil.
gamer?
What?
What
What?
tank are you using?
Cromwell.
Well, I just have the Churchill one, by the way.
Uh-oh. Oh, Churchill's pretty good. Nice heavy armor. See one. He doesn't see me. He's going at nice high, so I don't need top suppression. Shit, you got my turret. This is a British tank, so it doesn't back up. gonna, so it's not killing me. Back up, probably still. Yeah, this KV-2's having no luck. Hello, Martyr. Martyr died.
Oh,
Further. Driver. Somebody just got the gunner. And somebody finally got me. Hey, Zaza, you're back. Good to see you back. And hello, Johnny Dench. It's been a while, yes. I've been doing well. How have you been doing? What are we going to come in? Let's come in something different. Let's come in a Sark. We don't have the point. Maybe I should come in something else. Okay. Arno's in an ace. He's going to shoot down all the enemy aircraft. Arno's is doing very well as well. Okay. Wow. He drove along the ground there, that Stuka. And I got him destroyed. Cool. That was exciting to see him come in, touch ground with his wheels, and take back off from bombing run. I think that's kind of friendly. Something got me just as I was about ready to fire. I think I might be able to get there in time with this chroma. They got KV2 finally. Good job, Kronos. Good job, you got it for me. And we
Test
got
squad.
test
Ooh.
squad, yes. How about one more at this BR before we change up to something else?
Sure.
Probably over to Germany, but
One or two more.
at least one more. You guys played one. I don't want to overdo it for you.
I'm grinding up now. I got my Churchill now, so that's
Okay.
helping me.
Okay, good.
And it's helping the other guy too, so.
Well, I hope. Okay. Well, I'm going south,
Okay.
where I love to be, so you guys go where you play best.
I'll join you at sea. I use my Crusader to scout out for you.
Yep.
Into your vehicle. Ready up. Gunner ready. Loader ready. Request track assist. Enemy forces have captured the drone.
Are you see?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We no longer have the advantage. Artillery strike.
T-34 right there, yeah, no penetration from me. Critical hit. Turret ring out, loader out. He's backing up. You guys can get him maybe from where you are.
Roger, let's go. Advancing. The enemy is winning. Target hit. Target damage.
Got him. T-34 dead.
Something moving around here, Tamer?
Or no?
Allied forces have captured a zone. Advance. Roger, advancing.
Killing my team. Where is he?
Advance.
Get it up and retake the point.
We'll do something fast. The enemy will win.
He died, not good. Did track him though, but
Allied forces have captured a zone.
okay, so there's somebody out in the field that killed Kronos. See if we can go take care of that. Yeah. Oh, I skimmed over the top of him. And he killed me. Ah, well, that's a bit of a problem, so let's go kill him. He was moving towards C when I last saw him. That was his muzzle blast. No penetration. He's right here. He's looking at me. Critical hit. No penetration. Damn. Okay. The artillery on him. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Well, let's go after the shoot point. Oh, there's more people out here. See him. Oh, somebody knocked the bushes over and he killed me because I couldn't see him. I said I saw him, but I couldn't get my target back of him. For the last few minutes of this match.
Most of the zones are taken by the enemy.
Oh, it's heating me like that. 20 millimeters, something taking all those trees down. Good. Ah, oh. Well, I don't know. Alright, well. Well, at least Kronos is doing well for Quad. Okay, well, we've lost. Yes, they're ready. Alright, Arno, we'll do one more at this BR before we switch. Oh, goody, cities.
Ooh.
I'm going
Where
in
do you want to
my...
go?
I'm going towards C, along the back thing in my Churchill, going slow.
I'll join you.
Going heavy armor. Almost thought about the 3-inch gun carrier, but let's start with a Churchill.
Crew positions. Ready up. Driver ready. Gunner ready. Loader ready.
I wish my Piat worked. I got a Piat on top of this tank. Wish I could have my commander pop out.
Range.
Yeah, I know, but I wish I could have my commander pop out, fire, and pop back in.
That was his only drawback in short range.
Yeah.
The rest was amazing.
Well, what, you know, I honestly don't know its penetration compared to a bazooka or, you know, the Panzerschreck or
It's
whatever.
hollow charge, so
Yeah, I know it is, but so are those other weapons.
they could take out Tiger tanks with it, so...
Well, yeah, you can take out a Tiger tank with anything from the right angle, you know. But
not with a bazooka, unless it's from the back.
Yeah, that's what I mean, from the right angle, you know. Or if you're up in a building and you're shooting down on it, you know, the top deck with a bazooka.
Yes, of course. That's very low armor.
Right. But what is good about the Piat is that it doesn't give your position away. like as much as the backblast from a Panzerschreck bazooka will give your position away. The Piat being spring launched, like you say, low or short range, but that and also having a rather high arc, I believe. Haven't fired one, but I believe it's a high arc
The
weapon.
first time I saw it was in the Bridge so far.
Yeah.
Thought it was a bit goofy, but
Yeah. Mentioning that, over on Admiral Teague's channel, there is a total of a 5-hour stream because we ended up talking a lot after it and whatnot. But there is a watch party of The Bridge Too Far that we made last week. So you can sync. You can see if you want to hear our chatter over it because we chatter over most of the movie. You can sync up.
And did you watch that movie?
Well, just this last Thursday.
All right.
And you can, and then we we also, and I help him set up and talk about the campaign, the the historical campaign, and then during it we start the video, and he very much sets that and other time codes in it. So if you want to jump forward to get to where the time code is, so you can see what we're talking about in the movie, kind of thing.
Oh, that's very interesting, actually.
So if you want to get it, because Admiral Teague really is into movies. I mean, he gets his started name from Star Trek, and that's where his.
Oh, by the way, did you ever watch the Narvik movie?
Narvik. Yeah, I did that with Eric.
Oh.
Long time ago now, but yeah. Well, I've not encountered anybody yet. They're like let's drive around a cargo port. It's exciting. Trust us. Yes.
Or did you ever watch the Battle of the Scheldt Estuary?
No.
The Dutch movie.
No. Now we did talk not about the movie but a little bit about how they should have, instead of go after Arnhem, they should have gone to clear the Scheldt out to increase the supply flow into Antwerp and whatnot.
The port harbor of Antwerp.
Yeah. So we did talk about.
Yes, I agree with you.
And then once that was all secure, then maybe consider trying the going after Arnhem if conditions look good at that point. I don't know if they would have, but if they would have, it would have made sense then.
Would have been different if, let's say, the 101st landed there, or the 82nd, instead of the British,
Well, we talked in a lot of detail, but I don't think it's the problem was the British being there. I think it was.
I know, just a what if scenario.
But I think the problem was they decided to do the landings over 3 days because they couldn't carry because they were moving all 3 divisions. They could only carry about a third of a division at once. They probably should have dropped all the British on the first day and half of the Americans in the deep position, the second position in on the first day. I think they might have been able to achieve that, and then follow up with the rest of the Americans in the first and the second position. But that and there's a lot of what ifs there.
What if they won?
Well, see, in my opinion, because they didn't get the supplies secured like we're talking about. Even if they won, they still failed because I don't think they could have exploited if they'd taken Arnhem just as planned. I don't think they could exploit it well enough to push into Germany to make a meaningful difference just because they just did not have the supplies. Because even at that time, it was something like use 5 gallons of gas to deliver 1 gallon of gas to the front lines, from Normandy. If you did, it would just then, if the supply lines were even longer, it would be more like 6 gallons of gas to deliver 1 gallon of gas, kind of thing, and it's just constantly increasing the supply lines. But so yeah, we talk all about it. Admiral Teague doesn't know history like I do, and I had actually to have one of the Man-at-Arms books for the Arnhem campaign that covers it, so I had read that up the night before to get more detail.
What book was it you said?
You know the company or the Osprey, the Osprey company does the Man-at-Arms line.
I
They're
don't know that
they're
one,
they're,
but
they're white books. They're like 60 some pages long. They're a soft cover. Oh, that wasn't very good. It was a little better. Well, I can get you the information later. Arno, you
yeah,
want it?
yeah, later.
Yeah.
Would love to read it.
Yeah. I can even get you the book.
Sure,
PD.
send it to me. Why not?
PDF. PDF.
Ah, PDF. Alright, that's okay.
Yeah,
I
I can do
can
that.
read it on my phone.
Because that's how I have it.
Alright, sounds
Yeah.
interesting. Send it to me, please.
Yeah. I will.
After stream, of course.
Yeah. No trouble. Well, at least I killed somebody. Sitting out here. Hoping that the enemy spawn. Oh, and boom, I died from somewhere. Hey, ZZ! As opposed to Zaza. Oh, it did mess with me a little bit. I didn't... I ended up waking in plenty of time. But, things. Okay, let's try Cromwell. Start over there. But, yeah. I was just unsure of a lot of things. Well, yeah. There's no real point in doing daylight savings anymore. Either just set that as the standardized time and don't change it, or just have it standard time. And either America can just move its clocks forward,
Moving on C?
move its time zone, its official time zone, or leave it. Because some of the reason for the daylight savings, sort of, to give more daylight to farmers and whatnot, is no longer needed because we are now an industrialized society and we can have lights on inside of the factory or whatever, and we don't have to walk home. We can drive home in cars at night with headlights on, if that's the case, or we can just go, yeah, we want to do this, so who cares? We're gonna switch to daylight savings. Hey, Toy Jet.
Very legit noises.
Good.
Is it though?
Well, I hope. Okay, let's switch over to Germany. Let's go 6-0. Germany 6-0. I think everyone can do that. Did you make models today, Toy Jet?
I did. I worked on my MBT-70. I
Okay.
spent a whole half an hour on the smoke launchers alone, because fucking hell.
Well, that's the pleasure
that was
of
a
it.
pain in the ass. Yeah,
That's
I know.
the pleasure
It was
of
a
it.
pain in the ass, but I really enjoyed it. I also made the 20 mil.
Well, cool.
Like glorious fucking turret is 20 mil.
Kronos, are you going to switch over to Germany with us? I see you readied up, but you're back at America. We're Germany now. Not that you can't be America, but...
Maybe it's, American German. Or a German American, yeah.
Well, I mean, he can, but he could up here, because I know he has it. Okay, well, I don't know if he's just not paying attention. Hello? Kronos? Rolando? Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Snowy Panthers.
All right. Panthers gamer?
Yep, I'm going Panthers. I'm going to sort of try to go straight south to flank around the A for you.
Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen. Kraftfahrer bereit. Hilfskiste bereit. Ladekiste bereit.
You're definitely the American-German Lions here.
All righty then, we got any funky stuff going on.
If anything, we should have it daylight later in winter than in summer. Dropping artillery to the far side of A.
Echo. Stören.
Doing the same.
Bestätige Koordinaten. Aufgepasst. Abgefeuert.
The artillery. Oh, there's muzzle blast. There's right down there. I see him. Oh, that's a better target. Bigger target. Dangerous target that I just messed up firing at. Shot. Move forward. Is where? He's right there. Hello. He's down too.
Somewhere in front of us, gamer. Watch out.
Yeah.
Don't have eyes on.
I see
There
you.
he is.
Oh, you got him. Good job. Yeah, he's dead. Look across the way.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Dropping artillery on A.
Schlag auf Koordinaten. Echo. Köln. Stören. Echo. Köln. Bestätige Koordinaten. Aufgepasst. Abgefeuert.
Why am I getting keep somebody from over here? No, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Arno, if you keep watching their spawner, I'm gonna try to take out
Roger. I will.
this guy over here.
I'm going to hide.
Yep.
behind the
Just make
building.
sure I was hoping you'd try to keep me from getting shot in the flank by watching the enemy, killing them before they get me. Ah, there's somebody way over there. Well, I hit your track. It did no damage for some reason. Yeah, I see him. See that one up there. East. Oh, and boom, somebody got me. Aircraft. Oh, so we got in the front, right across there. Okay. There's a little hit on the aircraft. Artillery on A.
Artilleriestart auf Koordinaten! Echo! 5, Verstanden! Echo! 5, bestätige Koordinaten! Aufgepasst! Abgefeuert!
And boom, somebody from A shoots me. Okay. Well, I see where he is. Or two of them are actually, three of them. Wow, they're all over there. Okay, heavy armor, big gun. Let's go see what we can do.
On him.
No damage.
Come do.
Oh. Big guy. Good.
I rather like this map.
This map is nice. I like it too. Nice sort of rolling hills. Somebody in my front here. I think he's gonna drive off the map.
There's a tank destroyer moving into the town.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Yes.
T-34 around there. Marked it in yellow. There is a tank destroyer there. Alright, there's another one.
Okay. Dealt with this French guy on my flank here. Now I can maybe help out in the town. Why did you guys all die in the town? I mean, what was the purpose of that?
Oh, shot his wing off. The mosquito's going down.
You shot a mosquito's wing off? You must have incredible aim.
I do. Thank you for noticing.
Yes, the story of this tank that I was driving there is that they made they made a bunch of holes. Porsche did on speculation that they were going to get made. Porsche had a lot of himself, Ferdinand Porsche, had a lot of influence in the National Socialist regime personally. So he made what was it, like 100 holes or 150 holes, and the German army goes, nope, we don't want those. We don't want hybrids. We're not that green. And so what to do with them? Well, they did do one, and it is in the game just as its prototype was. Put a turret on it. Well, all the rest were turned into first Ferdinands and then converted to elephants, except for, I believe, another one that was made into a recovery vehicle. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
Why? Why
I think it was a recovery vehicle. Like, I know the one proper Porsche Tiger was the command vehicle for the Ferdinand unit.
Well, no, my understanding is, and I can be wrong, is that they kept one VK whatever as a, back in the training center, and in the final days of the Reich, it was created into this command vehicle that you see there and up armored from the original. And so it was then used, in 45 and whatever battle briefly as a command vehicle. But it was not used alongside either the Ferdinand or the later rebuilt into the Elephant version, is my understanding. So it's in this. So the same, literally the same tank here is here as two versions. One, its first build version, and then its rebuilt version as well. I guess you could also say that about the Ferdinand Elephant, but. That is my understanding of this tank. The Panzerbetonwagen 6P. We're almost done. We'll just come in at post wind 2 and shoot down any aircraft. They're still up. Man, they're all going after one fighter cover here. Shooting at 3 and there's a fourth one killing me. How good. Ah, there's that one. I don't know if that's the fourth or the fifth one. All my guns are out of some. Okay, goody. There we go, we all died. I'm not coming back in, not worth it.
Yeah, returning to hangar.
and see what the original one would have looked like. Let's see, we can preview it here. That's how it was originally done, basically. I don't know if for the prototype if it had the Panzer IV turret basket just sort of grafted on the back of it there, but that's what, and that's the standard. I don't know, maybe you know, Dino, what that's just only Henschel did the turret for the Tiger one.
I think so.
Yeah, and so that's a standard, basically Tiger one early turret. And then they came back to this thing and, um, you know, bolted on some extra armor here. We can see that here and here. Um, the photo that I remember seeing does have the turret basket grafted on for the command tank, and they've put a bunch of aerials for different additional radios in it. And it was sort of like, hey, yeah, 1945, we keep fighting for some reason. Hey, yes, Mahib, Porsche, Panzer. Yeah, Panzer is in tank, yes. Okay, well, Dino does get ready.
I'm still in the battle.
Oh, you're still in the battle, okay.
Yeah, we lost, but I got first place.
Well, good. I'm glad. I just didn't want to respawn since we were being overrun. It died. So yeah, I love the history of these vehicles. They're just cool. The mistakes, the cool developments of German tanks.
Now I'm ready.
Yeah. I'm going towards C in a Panther.
Panther C.
Probably everyone around here know. I grew up playing little micro armor. I don't know, that's what, 1/250th scale or something. Little lead tanks. I still got them somewhere boxed away. But and rolling dice and on tabletop stuff. And man, I wish I had this when I was a kid. This game. Hello, Michael Fox. What happened to the Allied playthrough? Frame rate issues. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Um, oh, early, if you're talking about earlier today on, yes, on War Thunder here, we were playing some British tanks. Yeah, I was having. Oh, I privated one of them. I was having streaming issues, and I think it may be the service that I used to restream it was having their ingest server or something was wrong. So on my third try, it's now working good. So we were playing some British tanks there for a while, but we've converted back to the Germans. That's what we all sort of have. No enemies over here so far. Let's cap the point. Get the points for capping it. Oh, there is somebody over here. Okay, he fired and he missed. He's behind this little building over here.
He hit me.
Oh, he hit you? Oh.
Yes, he killed me.
That's not nice of him.
It's a Russian. What do you expect?
We've got artillery coming in on him. hits. I'm hoping to go in just as it's hitting and kill him. But whether it's just my artillery now or somebody else's artillery may just get me. Ah, hello. Whatever you are, you're dead. He died. I got revenge. T-34-100, that's why I looked at it different. Okay, Team G is revenged there. Avenged? What's the difference between revenge and avenge? Sort of like flammable and inflammable means the same thing. Inflammable sort of kind of should be not. Oh, let me switch ammo. Fill my barrel while I take the time to reload. No penetration even with my special pointy rounds? Okay, you fired, so wait for the smoke to clear. There we go, critical hit. Okay, gunner commander, so now you gotta replace your gunner. Take the time somebody else is shooting here. Okay, hit, no pen there. Oh, come on, another shot. Okay, well, got your loader now. I think you're down to 2 people, so let's see if we can get your... Nope, not your special spot. That didn't... Okay, somebody else got the other guy. Okay, that just sort of went through and through, no damage. Okay, oh, I'm on fire, it seems like. And he's dead, and I put my fire out. And you can get some. There we go, thank you. And hello, just some bunny. How you doing? Yep. Well, yes, but I couldn't get a good shot at hit. You see the one hit there, that just above it. I didn't have a good hit there, and I do know the expression. I'll go back to my more standard rounds now. My super pointy rounds going straight at the matlet when it was looking straight at me had a chance to go through, and they did. So that's why I'm just giving you my target. And I do know, yes, the machine gun port on the jumbo is a good spot, but combination of angles and he was behind the berm just kept me from having a good look at that spot. And I had 15mm Napoleonic Russians and Navwar, Japanese naval, line them up, knock them down. Yep. I love tabletop gaming. I don't know if I'll ever get back into it just because computer gaming, you know, and I mean like war gaming, not just, you know, driving tanks here, but war gaming is just so much cheaper and easier to, whether you're playing against the AI or, you know, the human opponent across you know, it's hard finding opponents in war gaming, you know, that live close enough to you, that have a schedule good enough to come in to play, but, you know, it's like, you know, I'm the only one on this continent that's playing in this Discord server right now. And even in our hangout room where other guys are doing other things, I'm the only American. So yeah, you know. You know, I'm going to switch over to, well, yeah, anti-air. Just this last little bit, because I think we're going to win. So I hope our team does. Not all, by far, but much of what you want to do wargaming is on the computer in one fashion or another. Much. Ah, there we go. Severe damage. Well, there goes your wing. That's severe damage.
That's another one. The hell?
Hearing somebody else too? Friendly, unfriendly, I don't know. I don't do it enough, but I really like playing the Field of Glory games as well, both the classic and medieval. I wish they would do I wish they would do, because I know there's tabletop Field of Glory for like the 17th century and the 18th century. I wish they would adopt those games in. I'd love that. Yeah, I really do. Like I say, I don't play them enough. You know, whether for the stream, well, for the YouTube channel, they just don't get enough views. That's why I don't play them more. But I really like those games. Those are great. Yeah, Tabletop Simulator. I've heard of it, but I've never played on it, so I don't know how well that works.
Fairly well, I think. I'm not sure with that specific game, but what I have played on it has worked fairly well. My father has played on it quite a bit as well, so he also had generally good experiences with it.
Yeah, it's maybe something I should do someday. I am a classic wargamer as well as that, you know. I mean, I just, to me, this is a first-person shooter. Obviously, this is a vehicle shooter as opposed to a, you know, person shooter. But
I mean, technically, if you go into the first person, you're playing from the view of the gunner, who is a person.
yeah, oh yeah, well, that's sort of what I mean. Is whether you're going the, you know. So this,
Yes,
to me,
but
this is a game that's of war, but it's not a war game, if you know what I mean. So,
yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, you could broaden the definition out to call this
Like
a war game, but
when I think of the term war gaming, I think of like pushing miniatures on like a big table.
yeah, or counters or something like that. Yeah, that's where I go to. Not everyone's ready. I thought everyone was ready. Yeah, good. Okay, I'm going north of C.
Panther Gamer?
Yep, Panther.
Very well. I shall join you.
We'll go C again.
Yeah.
To the D point.
Yes. I don't know what it is, but just my sense of humor is I would definitely get a map and have a D point on it. Even if it was the only point. You know, single point D.
Alright, we've won. The enemy's already defeated. We have a Talk 2 on our team.
Good. Best
That
German
means we are
armored
now
car.
invincible.
There's so many variants. Well, okay. And actually played way back when I was a kid, one of the matches. Probably for armored car, if we're calling it armored car best German, that's sort of Michael's question here. I'd have to go the Puma, the classic Puma, that which is the 50mm gun. I really like the 222.
Gruber's little tank.
Yeah, Gruber's little tank. It is good, but there is an issue with being just 4 wheels, and off-road at times can be an issue for terrain, including the mud on the east. Now, 8 wheels doesn't necessarily solve the mud in the eastern front issue, but it is a help on some terrains. Ah, there we go. And
Damn, Gamer.
where? I didn't see where that shot came from. Oh, out there? Okay, oh, I already killed one
Right
guy.
behind there.
Behind it, okay. I'm moving up. He's putting artillery on this position. Yeah, I'm looking there. I only see the dead burning thing. I don't see anything else right now.
Oh, there's someone behind it.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. I just don't see it. I think he went behind one of the rocks. Yeah, there's somebody. Oh, hello. You over here? I see you. See if I can sling around. Oh, no, let me stop. Gotcha. Good. Got him. And so 8 wheels. The 6-wheeled rads were just not a functional. The standard sort of 20 millimeter is very good because it can engage infantry very, very effectively. But that 50 millimeter gun is just good enough to deal with. Oh, got a T-34 out here running fast. Okay, his engine, his engine is out. He's on fire. He's pointing his gun at me. He just took out my gun. If you can kill him, Arno.
Treated him.
Okay, yeah, I'm reloading slow.
Take the shot if you can.
Well, oh, there's another guy who just took out my gun barrel around the corner here. Killed that one guy. Okay, you got a TD over here, whether it's a,
Roger.
Oh, he's got my track. Okay, I'm repairing my barrel here. Okay, it's either an M10. Watch it. There's either an M10 right around the corner or the British thing. Oh, it's an M10. Thank you. That 50 millimeter gun is just good enough to deal with a lot of threats, armored threats. It's not as good as whether it's a PaK 40 or the L40A 75
Oh, there's
millimeter.
something behind me.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't know if anybody... I'm way back, so somebody can help Arno out. I don't know, but we're coming. Stay alive. So, obviously it's not as good as a 75.
Mark if you can.
Oh, nope, not close enough yet. Somebody else... No, all the rest of our squad is not.
He's right behind me right now.
Yeah. I'm trying. Okay.
To my left.
Yeah, okay. Oh, there's a bunch out there. Okay, I'm dropping armor or artillery on Arno's former
nice.
location.
I got the M2 ship already.
Okay, good. That 50 millimeter can knock out things like T-34s, but it's not. But its job is not to be a TD. It's not like the PaK 40 mounted on that same chassis that was to be, an escort TD, like as your recon platoon or company or whatever is getting too much trouble. At least you have some TD capability. Not that it really meant to be a proper, like, let's go hunt.
Don't go too far.
Yeah, I'm coming up to what was this Dino's body tiger here over, and going to use it as cover to see if I can kill some of these vehicles out there. Yeah, there's the M10, got him. M10 is down. I don't know, is there anybody else still alive? Oh. Okay. Got a 234. So, and you really, sure, from surprise, unarmored surprise, the PaK 40 mounted one is okay, but it doesn't have, complete armored coverage, from fragments or machine gun bullets or whatever. So yeah, no, it's got to be the Puma. It can, with its machine gun, it can deal with a lot of infantry threats. It's a 50 millimeter, so it's just big enough to have a decent high explosive round to, shoot at a machine gun nest, that kind of thing. And just good enough to, without overburdening it, because the Pac 40, is functional and all as far as I know. I've not driven, operated one, but it's just getting a lot bigger problems to deal with it, and you can't easily turn it into a turreted vehicle. So yeah, I guess that's my long-winded answer as to what and why I like it. Ah, hello. Okay.
In terms
Boom.
of games, I remember using the SDKZ 222 in like Man of War's Whole Squad, and it being incredibly powerful against infantry.
What? Can you say again? What were you? What are you? You used too much
222.
German. The 222.
Yes, the
Yeah.
222.
Yeah, the problem with, yeah, and I agree with you. The 222 is very good. The problem with it is that it is its cross country performance is pretty poor.
I wasn't. I was also talking in terms of using it in like a game
Yeah.
and it being incredibly powerful for its incredibly cheap price.
Right.
That game.
All right, other guys out here. Now let's see if I can kill him. Uh-oh. Okay, got him. More trouble. Okay. Let's start popping some smoke. Yeah, but too late. They're all backing up here at my last. It's just to the point of whenever I look at like stats of how many, Panzer IVs they made or whatever in Germany, and I'm sort of impressed by the numbers being pretty big. And then you look at the numbers of Shermans being made, and you realize it's like 10 times as
More
many.
DLC.
So it just, however good the German stuff is, it's just never enough. And you can well argue that a lot of the American stuff is not as good. In many ways, say the German armored half-track, the 250, is much better than the American half-track, but quantity has a quality all its own, so it just, however good.
You can have the best tank and the best plane, but they will not help you if you only have like 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they have no fuel.
Right, and no fuel, exactly. And so yeah, it's just. And this is why, I mean, as a kid and still to this day, I love the German armor because it is just so cool. It has nothing to do with the politics of the party, or even if we just look at simply my nation versus your nation, kind of politics without the other, as a competition. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just purely that the German stuff is cool, but more cool than the American. But it just
I mean, in terms of visuals, I think favorite looking tank is I think the T-34-85. I don't know why. I just think it looks really slick.
I'm gonna go see what I can see here. Ah, another guy moving out there. Oh, there's a guy here, right next to me. Okay, or well, he's right, sort of on me. TD, looks like an M10. No, M36, which is still here. Okay. Is there any reason why the USN didn't employ Wolfpack tactics in the Pacific? Okay. One, they did employ Wolfpack tactics in the Pacific. Two, they didn't need to in many cases, and the Wolfpack tactics, I mean, they did do it sometimes. I don't know how close their tactics matched German Wolfpack tactics, but they even, I think, referred to them at times during the war as such. And okay, you gotta sort of understand with the Americans, because they're Americans. They're not anybody else. They... Oh, we traded. And they often worked in boxes. And so they would get to an area. The Japanese were only at the end, near the end of the war, only just starting to get, as far as I know, and I don't know all the details, just starting to get radar detectors. You know, something that you would have on like a submarine or a ship to realize that radar's pinging it. The Germans had them at the end of the war. The U.S. at some point gets them too. But so the American submarines, I think starting in 42, if not before, but you know, pretty early in the war, they've got primitive. It gets better over the war, but they've got primitive both surface search and air search radar. So they can see anything out there. They can see a submarine on the surface and not see it and kill it. Meaning they can see it with radar at night and go, oh, there's a submarine over there. And you know what? I know there are no friendly submarines in the area because I'm in my box. And there's, you know, search or operation area box.
You don't need that wing.
And so I know that, and that's a small blip, you know. And I know where I can go, and I can torpedo that blip, because the Americans have fire control for their submarines, for their torpedoes or whatever. So if the torpedoes are working, the problem they're often not working, but if the torpedoes are working, they can at night get input data if they have the Mark IV from the radar and sonar, or if they just have the Mark III, the main one used during the war. And they generally didn't upgrade. You had what you had. The Mark III fire control, you had to manually input that information from your radar or sonar, but the Mark IV could take it right from the radar and sonar, and so that the American submarine could be sailing along. It detects an enemy vessel that it wants to shoot at. It puts all that stuff into the computer, and it can just fire the torpedo. And the torpedo will go out and make one gyro, because it will calculate all that. It's a mechanical computer. It'll calculate everything else, because it has all the movement information about the submarine that it's in, and then the movement information about the enemy target, especially if it's like being radar updated constantly, till just before firing, and it'll fire out. It's not like it can do a complete 360, you know, like fire back, you know, rear-facing torpedo tube forward, but it's a very great fire arc. I don't quite know exactly how big it is. And so it can fire a torpedo from you know, broad fire arc at the enemy, and you know, and it'll go and hit. The problem is it'll either be too deep if it's that problem hadn't been fixed yet, or some of the other you know, bad firing pins that might hit and not, you know, put a hole through the, you know, torpedo-sized hole through the sub or ship with no explosives, and that normally, especially for a ship, that just means it has an inconvenience of a leak if it didn't run too deep. So once they got the Mark 14's problems fixed, as it takes time, years actually, but once they do get it fixed, then it's like, oh yeah, they've got this operational. So, and then 3, the Japanese would send a troop ship full of troops with no escort. The Japs would send something maybe with you know, a small convoy with a destroyer escort. And none of these escorts have anything like radar. They have basic sonar. You know, it's just you know, in I think it was 42, um, a German U-boat is, you know, is spotted off the American coast, and he realizes that it's at night. Oh shit! What just fired at me? Where? Oh, behind me. Okay. Well, you get to kill me now because you got my engine here. Um, and it decides to run away on the surface at night because hey, it's night. But it doesn't realize that the American you know, like World War I or early 1920s um, destroyer has already been fitted with primitive radar, so it can just see at night and hunts the submarine down. And because the submarine, you know, German submarines were pretty quick on the surface, very slow, you know, underwater. Well, all submarines at the period were that way. So it thought it could, you know, hide and maneuver at night. So, you know, radar. So just the Americans being the Americans and the Japanese being the Japanese, you know, not escorting their vessels well. Japanese are fixated. Oh, wow, that was a good severe damage. I didn't. That was lucky, more luck than skill. Ah, he's coming in for revenge before he dives, and he's getting a little bit. And he's crashed in, and I got the airfield. What else? Okay, it was too expensive to fire torpedoes pre-war. Yes, that's what they thought. Obviously, it wasn't too expensive in that it would have been cheaper to test them and find out that they had the problems. You're absolutely right. Mid 43, I think it was fixed. Well, it was fixed over time because there are what is it? This thing with the oil from Dutch East Indies. Oh yeah. Oh, shipping of oil out wasn't escorted. Yes, absolutely. Um, because what it is that there's two main problems with it. One is how deep is it running? They get to where they basically just they eventually, because they keep using the Mark 14 after the war, and they truly fix the internal problems. But during the war, they just go, okay, we'll just set this up, set the torpedo to run it on the surface, and then it'll be like 10 feet below the surface, or for you Europeans, about 3 or 4 meters below the surface. Just do that, and it'll be okay. That fixes that. The other is the firing pin warhead situation that also takes a lot of time to figure out. And that is eventually fixed as well. Now those are the D2 big problems. And so that's sort of, yeah, they did do some wolf packs. But there is a real problem with them for the Pacific, beyond being not required, in that there's not like a large fleet, or a large convoy with a lot of escorts that you need to overwhelm. There's also the problem of scale. You sort of kind of know where the convoys are going to be going in the North Atlantic, as the Germans would sort of kind of know. And so you can sort of go out there and identify where a convoy is, because they're big convoys and there's few of them, obviously. And then you can vector in the other submarines to it. But the Pacific is just so big in comparison. And they weren't just sitting outside of, big Tokyo Bay / Yokohama, whatever you want to call it there, and trying to get the subs or the convoys coming through there. You're looking at convoys going. Damn! I hit the roof of the building. Convoys going over to many different destinations. So there isn't just one like corridor of sailing through. So you know, you can't just go out and wait with a you know, a line of observing subs, and then think that you're going to vector in the other subs in quick enough to get there in time, because again, it's so big and they don't have that many subs at any one time. And then later in the war, they're not even shooting at torpedoes at things because it's too expensive. They just pop up and you know, fire their deck guns, and they get bigger and bigger deck guns as the war goes on to go after the small coastal shipping, not just in and around Japan, but also going between Japan and the mainland and other stuff cruising along the Chinese coast to you know, hug the coast and then come over to Japan, because they're using smaller and smaller ships. They're running out of big ones as the war goes on. So there's a lot of reasons. If it wasn't for the torpedo problem, there's almost nothing wrong with everything the Americans were doing with the submarines. They were making all the right decisions, I would say. If it wasn't, like with torpedoes, like I say, everything else. Come on, load. He moved and he killed me. Yep, the ocean's big. And so their box area with their radar, you know, if the Japanese can't detect it, you're using radar. And I, you know, you can get quote unquote ranges on you know, for how the radar, but I sometimes wonder just how effective the radar is at those, you know, as in real world conditions versus, you know, theoretically best conditions, how good it is. But they do seem to be able to spot surface vessels far enough away or at night so that they're not surprised, and they do seem to mostly be able to spot aircraft before the aircraft can spot them, to dive. And mostly, if not almost entirely through the war, Japan just does not have enough detection ability to use the radar against them, where, like, going after Germany in late war, Germany has radar. You know, the big I-400 submarines that Japan has, the aircraft carrier ones, they do have radar on them. So it's not that the Japanese don't have radar. Ooh, let me see if I can get this. Got him, side of the turret. Yep. There's another one behind him. He's right there. Anyway, dare fire through the smoke. Or wait for it to come. I should have fired through the smoke because I would have got him. And just pop smoke and I'll fire and I'll move. Oh, and I got shot from over there. So they are getting some ships with radar, and even the I-400 looking, because I've read up about it. That's the I-400 and the I-401 are the two that, I think there was 3 total, but the 2 that were operational that had the could carry 3 fighter bombers. Basically, they weren't fighters. They were fighter bombers. And you know, they did have radar detectors on them. They did have snorkels on them, and I think the radars, I'm not sure on the radars, but to my understanding, the I-400s had German periscopes on them, imported from Germany during the war. And I think they were getting their radar detectors and their radars. I think they were. I'm not sure if those were actually imported from Germany. You know, like submarines coming, you know, all the way around the world, or whether they were just simply given technical data and plans, and they then, you know, produced them themselves using German designs. But that's, you know, that's getting into late 44, 45, and from everything that I've read, they're not retrofitting that to everything. They're retrofitting it to a few somewhere. Where? Oh, Okay, he's dead. The one up high's dead. Kronos. I don't know if there's another one we were shooting at here, but oh, it looks like it. Where? Oh, we got Kronos. Okay. Oh, I see a chevron. Okay, right there. Oh, ooh, it's a French thing. It got its. Guessing here through the trees. Got him. I've recently been reading, as you can sort of tell, a lot about the submarine warfare in the Pacific. I'm finding it very interesting. Hmm. Oh, I was going to say, the Germans were having a problem that if they used their radar to, like, detect enemy enemy aircraft or surface vessels, that would just give away their position, because by the time they were putting them on their submarines, their U-boats, there were so many Allied hunters out there for them, and not just convoy escorts, that they would just zero in on the radars. And they got the snorkels going on just a few submarines, but the crews hated them, partially because they would create pressure problems, because the waves would come up and block the pressure flow, so it would create, I think it was a negative pressure that could be very injurious. I don't know if it would actually kill anybody, but be, if they didn't, and they have to have somebody sitting right next to the engine to turn it off immediately when that happened, or otherwise it could be a serious problem. And even their snorkels up top were detectable if you got close enough with airborne radars. So they were blind and they were deaf, because their diesel engines were too noisy to use even passive sonar for surface vessels, and they couldn't use radar, or that would just give their position away. So they eventually come up with a little radar detector to put up on top of their snorkels to give them, just because then it's effective, but not like super effective in detecting, but normally give you enough time to shut your engines off and then dive to a deeper level at that point. Is that something right there? Is that just my imagination? Oh, there you go. You just shot at me. I shot you, no damage. There. Oh, okay. I would say that our submarine warfare, quite honestly, was more of a competition of technologies than effectiveness of tactics. I mean, if somebody wants to disagree with me, I'll gladly hear you out. But as wolf pack versus lone submarine type issues. I'm absolutely sure the skill of the submariners on any of the nations operating is a real factor, but if you've got a 1940s technology submarine operating in 1945, no matter how good the crew is, I think you're doomed. And Germany was getting ready. I don't know, it was like, I don't know, like 20 or 30 or more. They were getting ready to launch a bunch of these really nice high-tech submarines that the war, you know, you know, ends before they can launch them. And the Allies find them on their docks being built and nearly completed. And a few had gotten out. Um, rather sort of modern submarines. A few had gotten out to operate, but just we're never going to be enough at that point to change the total outcome of the war. Might have disrupted convoys, but again, that's more technology, and if they had gone out, they might be enough to might be, I'm just saying, I don't really know, but might be enough to change the calculus on the convoys to where the convoys really become in danger again. But it's already too late with all the other things going on, the bombing, the Soviets rolling into Berlin, all that stuff. The in even if they had the most perfect submarines in the world, unless they had a bunch of nuclear cruise missiles, I'm going to start at the top one and go behind A in Panther.
I think.
Panther. Um, unless they had nuclear cruise missiles or something, the submarines weren't late in the war weren't going to change the outcome, but by a tiny fraction of a result. Now, with Japan, it might, because if you could truly disrupt the invasion, and because they only had a few nukes, so they weren't going to be able to nuke everything, and you could truly disrupt the flow of supplies to the islands that were where the bombers were that were bombing Japan. If you had a bunch of super submarines, that might change the calculus and give you time to implement. But eventually time and America would catch up and figure out how to sink the submarines, and they'd eventually be doomed anyways, but that might have delayed it by a few years or something. I don't know. I've recently been looking at stuff, including some of the late war Japanese aircraft production. Japan was not as good as America, Britain, or Germany in technological development, but they were just a little bit behind. But if they could get, like, particularly German technical assistance of various levels for various stuff, they could produce some really good quality and some really good designed weapons, but more modern stuff. But they just couldn't ever build it anywhere near the numbers to really have a big effect. They just did not have that industrial capacity. So they could do it, but not in numbers. They could build 20 or 30 of whatever, tanks, aircraft, submarines or something, but new and modern if they really tried. But so far, I'm just having a nice drive through the countryside, knocking over some bushes.
That's nice.
Riveting content for the viewers. Now I sort of hope I'm in that unexpected position here to deal with their reinforcements. Yeah, I might just head over to there. Bam, the Lorraine got me. Just as I was spotting it and turning to deal with it. Okay, well. Driving the countryside and then an explosion. Lorraine's killed somebody else too. We gotta go kill the Lorraine. I'm artillerying A.
Koordinaten. Delta. 4. Wiederhalten. Delta. 4. Bestätige Koordinaten. Aufgepasst. Abgefeuert.
Thanks.
A3 with a 76mm gun kills me. Yay! This is not my match, so I guess I'm down to anti-aircraft duty.
Artillerieschlag auf Koordinaten. Charlie. 4.
Right, I knocked out the gun.
Bestätige Koordinaten. Aufgepasst. Abgefeuert.
I'm gonna move a little ways away from Arno. And it's not even because he smells. I mean, he does smell, but that's not why I'm moving away from him.
Wow, if he smells so bad, you can smell him through the armor of the tank. That's certainly a smell.
Well, it's more, I'm moving away because I don't want to be on the same bombing target as him. I see an aircraft up there. Bing, 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 bing. Fly through my black. Ah, he's turning towards me. Severe damage, it says. Oh, let him crash. And he died.
I know, smoke up.
Oh, we've lost this. This is just waiting for them to come and kill you guys.
Artillerieschlag auf Koordinaten. Charlie. 6. Stören.
Plays in my artillery zone.
Bestätige Koordinaten. Aufgepasst. Abgefeuert. If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
I see you. Oh, and I got shot too by a T-26. E5. And no, I am not coming back just to die again. So, Michael, what is your favorite submarine of the war? And Arno, Dino, and
Yeah,
Jonas wants to chime in. What are your favorite submarines of the war?
the Dutch O-21.
Dutch O-21.
I don't
Okay.
actually know much about
Yeah,
submarines.
the O-21 actually sank a German submarine in the Mediterranean. So
Is that the one that later got stranded on a rock in the Pacific?
no,
Or
that was the O-19. That was
okay,
the
yeah.
O-19.
I figured you'd probably know. That is sort
Yeah,
of a famous incident.
O-19 was a really good one too.
Yeah, okay.
It sank lots of Japanese ships.
Right. Don't doubt it. Let's go over here.
It especially hit one mine layer when it was full of mines.
Yeah.
So that was a big boom.
Yep. No, I know the one that got stranded, and then I don't blame the
Yeah,
captain or
that was
crew.
the O-19, and
But it had been, it did have a good career before it. I don't remember it in detail like
yeah,
you
that's
do,
true.
but
That's true.
yeah, it had a
It
good
has a
career.
permanent mark on one of your American submarines right now, in honor of
Right.
left or right spawn.
I'm going on the right spawn.
Spawn to
I'm
G.
Yep. Well, F, but Panther. Yeah, I'm gonna circle
Oh,
around the far side and then come at the flank. Mine is the Vallejo. I mean, just a class. You know, I don't have a specific.
I'm surprised you didn't play any Silent Hunter 4 then. Actually,
Time, money.
Silent Hunter 4 game. You know that?
I know of the Silent Hunter series. I don't know which one
In
4
which you
is,
can
but
play American submarines in the Pacific. It's pretty cool.
yeah, and Ari gave me a really good submarine simulator, which I played just a little bit for, and I want to play more. Yeah, for U-boats. Um, it's really good. It
Well,
just,
I would recommend Silent Hunter 4.
it's,
Just so you
yep,
can play American.
yeah. Now, I think the most coolest one is that big I-400, the Japanese, or the I-401. They're
There's a
slightly
mod
different.
where you can play it in Silent Hunter.
Yeah. But they're just sort of cool. They're not practical. They're not like I think they're effective or anything. It's just they're big, cool submarines. Another one I like is the Surcouf, the French submarine.
Oh yeah, the one with the 203mm guns.
Yep, that's it.
Or in
And
American speaking, 8-inch.
yep, and they also had an aircraft on board as well.
Yeah, that's true.
A little one. Had to assemble it actually, not just fold the wings out. They will assemble it, sort of like a little World War I style aircraft. And it was meant just as a spotter. Spotting mostly like for the guns, the big guns. That's what they thought they were going to do with the thing. But also not fair. Oh, there's something right around that corner where I just was. Arno, so be careful, you may be popping out. M64, that hybrid Taiwan tank destroyer
Roger,
thingy.
roger, roger.
If you want to put artillery right on my position, you'll kill him. Because he's open top. And he can't really hardly go anywhere. Way to do it right now, but Is he still there, Arno, or?
He still is. Yes.
Almost close enough to put artillery. I'm coming up.
If you can drop arty around here.
Way down there? No, no. He's right
No, no,
around.
not. Oh, sorry, my bad. Around there.
I'm dropping it right there.
Schlag auf Koordinaten. Echo. 7. Stören. Echo. 7. Bestätige Koordinaten.
I see him. Yeah, I see him.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Okay, that one's dead. I got revenge. There's aircraft coming in somewhere. I heard it, didn't see it. I see you. See, I'm going to shoot you. Critical hit. Turret threw out, and Arno, or no, Dino kills him.
Chinaman.
Hi, gamer.
Yep, bye.
That was actually pretty good bomb drop.
Eh. Now I'm just emptying out the belt because I don't want a fresh belt in the gun. Oh, cool. Both of you guys got somebody.
That was a cool one.
P76 out there.
Okay, Mark.
Yeah. Just straight down. Kill it.
I critted him.
Yeah. His engine or his fuel or something's out. I don't know.
Dropping RD on him. Behind here.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a PT-76 around here.
Alright. He's on fire again and his engine is out. See if I can kill him before he can do anything to anybody. And another hit. Took out his loader. He got my breach. And he's dead. Oh, got a jumbo right here.
I'm going towards you.
Yeah, okay. Got my... Oh, he got my barrel. He got my barrel. My track. He's trying for my other track.
Critted him.
Great.
Driver out.
Okay, and he got me. My cheek, very good.
Got
And
him.
you got him very good, very, very good. Okay, what do I want to come? Yeah, let's come back in as a G again. I like the Panther G. I don't think I need to swing all the way up there this time, but I think it looks like we're gonna win this. Oh, hit concrete.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff around me.
Well, I'm coming.
Drop RD here if you can.
Roger. Artillery in front of you, coming right now.
Good
And
one.
we got best squad.
Nice. Got first place again. I
Yep,
even got
you're,
heavy metal
Jawohl.
hero.
you're doing great. Okay, well, Arno wanted to go up to 6-7, so...
Allies or Germany? Okay.
Well, Germany, because not everyone has allies up there, Arno, so...
Alright.
If we can go to 6-7 now.
Black Panzer M109.
Alright, 6.7.
Oh no, Google Blitzer 7.0. Damn it.
Yeah, Kugel is up a bit higher.
Should be
Wow.
6.7 in my opinion, but
I wanna maybe put that. No, definitely not that. Ferdinand. Yeah, we could do that. We got a Ferdinand in the activity. Okay, so 6-7, 6-7. Everybody's here. Good. Let's go. Let's go get killed by 7-7s at very long range and die very fast. Okay. I'm going towards A or on the left side of the map.
Auflitten und bereit machen für Feindkontakt. Feindbereitschaft herstellen. Kraftfahrer bereit. Hilfsschütze bereit. Ladestütze bereit.
Hello.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Ericy.
How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Well,
It's good.
How did your model building go?
It went well. I've started painting my panther.
Well, cool.
So yeah.
did you find me anything cool, Eric?
No, but I sent another strongly worded message to the gun company, but this time on a different post because they put out 5 guns for sale an hour ago. So they're not dead. They're just ignoring me. So
Right.
Oh,
this
man,
time,
that
this
sucks.
time I threatened a little bit more. So because now
Okay.
this is not good. This time I'm
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Please find something cool for me, Eric.
No, it's not much right now. It's pretty boring when it comes to the market. I was gonna show Gamer the what's it called? Ammo or the new jerry can
The flimsy.
or the flimsy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you just conjure up this after 5 minutes talking or whatever, people get expectations pretty high. Like
Yeah.
Arno thinks you're just gonna find him something really cool just because you did that.
Well, it doesn't matter how big or small it is.
Hello,
Just looking
Tiger Cat.
around.
How you doing? Don't know if Michael Fox is still there, but listed here as Cragman found me a British fuel can from 1944 of the flimsy, the 2-gallon one.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. I believe it's an original paint as well. I'll need to double check, but well, Arno, if you have €1,000, I can get you an original ZF-41 Mauser scope.
Oh, that would be amazing.
But,
I do have the money, but
with
I think it's
No,
a
no,
bit
no, no,
too
no, no.
expensive.
Yeah, no, I was joking.
It would be cool though.
Yeah, well, it's probably gonna go to someone that actually needs one.
Do
That
they
has
have
the
any
mounting.
like medals or something, or
Oh yeah, there's medals everywhere, but
Norwegian medals, Dutch medals,
Yeah.
even German ones?
there are a lot of. The thing is, it's like 70% of the medals that are for sale are German here, and then it's like a little bit of other stuff as well. One moment. Hmm.
I don't know if somebody wants to try to go get the point.
On it.
I don't.
Cover me, gamer, please.
Yeah, I'm looking here. I don't.
Not exactly made for that.
Yeah, no. Well, oh yeah, no. I wasn't necessarily. Oh shit. Okay. Something just got my breach from their point. Oh yeah. Their point here. Let me back up. Got my breach. But you're
You
safe
could always
going
get
to
an. Oh,
safe going to
sorry.
the point, I believe. I mean, from their spawn is where I was being shot from. Yes, Eric?
You could always, I could always probably, like, there are stuff like, there's an Iron Cross here for sale, World War One Iron Cross.
Ooh, that would be cool.
But the thing is with those is,
Okay.
they're quite often faked, so
Yeah,
you need,
I would advise to not get any World War II German stuff, Arno.
yeah,
I got burned. I was honestly looking for deals, going to sales and stuff, and I've gotten burned a few times. And the last thing I bought was a pair of collar tabs, and I took it to a real expert that I vaguely knew. He had a shop, and he said, because I had a bunch of, I still have the books, a bunch of books that, to look up, and they would show the backs of the backing and all that stuff. And he said, those are some of the best fakes I've ever seen.
mm.
So that just ended my desire to
That's
try
the
to
thing
collect.
that's sad about the market, is young people try to get into the hobby, and people like get burnt on stuff that they
Big
want,
ticket.
and then
Yeah, now I
And
don't think I
usually
spent more than $40 for them, so it wasn't like,
Yeah.
and maybe I should have expected that they were fakes, but, you know,
you could,
and now this is back, 1980 something, so this is a long time ago, so $40, was worth more, and the market hadn't has gone up as high as it is now, so take that into account. As
Do you have
being
something
used.
for me again, then, gamer?
What was that, Arno?
Do you have something then for me, gamer?
No, I don't have anything for you now.
Which is original?
No.
Pay for it.
I found something cool here though that you might like. It's
Tell me.
nothing like fancy, but it's the German participation medal of World War II. So
That sounds cool. How
Yeah.
much?
it's, let me translate it. Norwegian, 48 euros.
Oh, that would be acceptable.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I want to see if I can find something that's more interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently, so
I
yeah.
don't know. I just anything German World War II, I just
At least grain of salt on everything German World War II.
A couple of
Yeah.
years ago, there was a like Militaria trader on a flea market here in my town. Who had quite a lot of German World War II stuff. Well, most World War II stuff here in Germany is German, obviously, but I had some really interesting stuff. He had a bunch of helmets, and those were probably originals, since they were all pretty. They were fairly well restored, but they were all like beaten up, holes in them, and all of that. But one thing, I have no idea if that was original or not, but if it was, it would have been really interesting, and that was a Italian, like tropical helmet, but with German insignia.
Well, they
Right.
could have used it.
Yeah, but it was also in very good condition, but it was also super expensive. I bought like a book from him, but
right.
but yeah, that like Africa Corps helmet was like the main thing, and he had a bunch of medals.
Yeah, it just you can look up some of the history of some of the stuff that there's a lot of stuff that was made in the 1950s. Some of it on, with original dyes or whatever. So it's really hard to tell. But if you really, really know what you're looking at, you can see the different manufacturing technique, even, for them, and the stuff that I'm, the 1950s stuff. So, I just don't have the money or the great desire to spend the money to go to a what's considered a reputable dealer and pay full market price for something like that. So I do have a few things that I've gotten, but they came with the like a holster that came with the gun, and they know the gun is real, you know. So I didn't buy it for the value of the holster, kind of thing. I bought it for the value of the gun.
Yeah.
Because one of the recent, I mean, it was 10 years ago now, but one of the things I've got was a pistol with a holster, and it had a police badge attached
What
to the
pistol?
holster.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
remember that.
yeah, it's. Oh,
Oh, by the way, A or C, by the way.
I'm going towards C.
Okay. I thought A.
What pistol was it? I think it
German
was.
pistol or
Well, no, it was a German used pistol, but I'm trying to.
yeah, the type like Luger, Walter
No. It was a small 32 caliber pistol.
Could be like an FN pistol.
Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe because I have an FN that small FN that was made or used by the Germans. I also have a Browning high power that was completed and used by the Germans.
Browning,
Or it was a. I don't think it was my HSC. But I have both an HSC or during the war and a post-war HSC. I'm forgetting which one it is right offhand that I got it with. I have a bunch of German pistols. One thing I need to sort of collect up is find a Walther PP mag. Because I have a Walther PP, but the mag is post-war. It's not a.
Yeah. Some guy actually on one of the knife forums said hey, I bought this is my next Krag bayonet I got.
Turn, Kronos, turn down the road. Yeah, stop playing.
And I looked at it, and I was like, no fucking way. And I went to the forums and I checked, and it was indeed a prototype 1912 long Krag bayonet, which had the two of the lightning grooves on each side, and only around 50 of those were made. So I, reached out to him to tell him don't accept any offers in Messenger right now, because you're gonna get a lot of them right now because you have a rare knife. And so I talked with some other people, and yeah, it's been confirmed to be in one of the very rare prototype 1912, the trial bayonets.
Right.
So.
Well, why didn't you just buy it?
Because someone else will probably be before me telling them don't answer any. So, and it probably I didn't want to be that bad, So.
Okay.
I would have felt bad if I was able to get it for cheap, honestly. Actually.
Okay. Well.
So.
Oh, somebody died over there. Okay, well I'm pushing up here. Let's see what do I got in my front.
And also, I didn't even know if he was selling it. That's the thing, because he.
Oh, okay. He was just wanting it. He's wanting information. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit different. Because if they said, "Oh, hey, it's $20," I'm like, yeah.
I would buy it. Yeah.
Buy it. Yeah, you'd buy it.
Because in the forum he posted it in was a sale, trade, and discussion forum, but he didn't say what he was doing. He just have a Krag bayonet.
Right. So, yeah. No, that's to me a different thing.
Yeah.
If somebody's looking for info versus somebody who is wanting to sell something, and they have set a price. It's another thing is, and I also have a bit of a code personally that if they're asking, well, what's this worth? I want to sell it, and then I don't want to go too cheap. I don't want to. I'm not trying to rip them off. But if they've determined something is worth $20 and I think it's worth $200, I'll give them the $20 for it. But I don't feel bad about that because they put the price on it. I would feel bad if it's worth $200 and I'll give you $20 for it, and try to rip them off that way. I don't like doing that.
I'm looking at all the stuff that's out right now. It's not. Yeah, it's quite.
Do they have military collector shows in the Netherlands, Arno?
Yeah.
Not much.
There's some, I think. There's some that I know of.
Well, I just wondered if
so. Well, that should pass customs inspection. That'd be kind of cool.
Get a license for a deactivated
no, because I'm not talking even firearm. I'm just talking military collectors that are just
just
bayonets or helmets or medals or.
I wish I could go there. Trust me, I wish.
you know, and
Why
go
not?
see what. Yeah, well,
If it was here, I would go in an
well,
instant.
I don't know.
Have
if they
you
them in the-
researched though, or?
I just
Well, there was one, but it was a bit far for me, actually.
Yeah.
okay.
Like it's
yeah,
like me now, like that I'm going to Christian Sun and stuff.
yeah. Now, I know, and I'm not disputing what Arno's saying when he's saying it is a bit far, but it's like, oh, yeah,
I
half
don't
the.
have my own truck.
Yeah, I know you don't have your own car. I know, but for me, it's like, oh, that's half the way I drive to work.
Yeah.
It's just in the Netherlands.
Like, remember
You have
drove.
work?
I drove.
Well, when I actually have driven it one time.
I
rather
drove
far.
4 hours or 8 hours in one day to get to the military mess that I was going
Oh,
to.
God damn it.
So
He killed me earlier. Be careful, I'm circling around behind all these.
by the way, gamer, I have a
Yeah.
cool thing I'm going to be developing because I want to go back into some programming because of my new job. I'm going to make a Crag search engine. Instead of having to go up into the book, you can just go to like findmycrag.com, type in your shield number, and boom, it'll know everything about it.
That's no fun.
I know, but I want to
Don't
do
you
it.
want all the
because-
people to have to go to the experts and learn all this stuff? What are you
Sure,
know?
or I could just use it as my own tool.
Well, you can use it as your own tool, yeah, but
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, I know what you can get here, Arno. I found a perfect thing. There's an F-84G Thunderjet wingtip tank. The fuel tanks on the wingtips. Someone's selling one of them. On the jet. Yeah, like from the F-84 Thunderjet. It's only
That
it's
sounds
only
very big.
only 750 euros. Wow.
Oh, I actually thought you were
little too much
being
for now.
serious for a moment there, Eric.
It is. It's for sale. Like the.
Yeah, but I
full-
thought you were being serious that
Yeah,
it was
no.
for Arno.
No.
Why did Arno want a jet fuel tank? You know.
Well, his
know.
I'd
jet,
rather have a hand
of
grenade to
course.
throw at my neighbors. Wait,
Toyjet
what?
Toyjet could probably like that though.
Yeah,
That's
but
in his
700 or something you were saying, it seems a bit
Yeah, I was
expensive.
gonna say. I don't know,
But he's just a toy jet.
I
Yes.
was
And
joking,
he's a
you know.
jet.
I know.
This could be
besides,
cool, though.
Besides, he's a whale.
Someone
No,
is.
it's a beluga.
This is cool.
Belugas
so
are whales, I think.
there is something pretty cool for sale here that you might like. Or no,
Yeah,
it's what's it called? The holder, like you know the capsule that had the MG42 barrels, or probably MG3 barrels, that had them inside, like the little containers for the barrels.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, but it's 75 euros. So maybe a little bit too expensive.
Well, maybe not actually.
Yeah, but I'd rather you get something cool. Like for that money, you could probably get multiple like smaller items. You know, like I don't know.
Alright, like what?
Like I found for like 50
I can
euros,
tell
you could get
Arno's
a
wants something
German
cool to
field
buy,
tele-
and he has some money to do so.
A German
I do
field
have
telephone.
some money in my pocket to say at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't want you to. I want it to get something cool, not something like neat. You know. It's so sad you can't get bayonets. You know.
Yeah, I'm really pissed about it.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to have that one, the Hembrook.
Yeah. There was another one that I sent you a picture of, for 50 euros.
I
That
would
sold.
love to have it.
Yeah, it sold
but
very
no.
fast. So
Fucking rules.
it is. What I
Yeah.
think I could probably get away with it driving over. That wouldn't be a problem because you're allowed to have bayonets. It's just very gray zone there, you know. So.
Oh hell, you
It's
just
really
put
weird here.
you just put it in your car somewhere. Do they
Yeah.
actually even check at all?
Well, the thing is if you actually do get checked, is that the problem?
Well,
Yeah, then you're fucked.
okay, I've driven in Europe. When I went to Europe from Britain a long time ago, they still had passport controls between both of those places. Went there. They never. They just. It was me and my buddy in the car. We showed up. We handed over our American passports. The was it over to Belgium? I think. Yeah. They looked at the passports and stamped them, and that was it. And they, we were into there. And when we went back to Britain, They literally waved us through. They didn't even stamp the damn pass. They didn't even. I don't even think the guy paid attention that we were holding up American passports and not British passports. They didn't
Yeah.
even look at them. So, and now that was coming back into Britain with British license plates. So I don't know if the guy. I just think he probably just
bye bye wing
um
and bye bye tail.
saw British driver's plates on the car, license plates, and didn't even pay more attention. Didn't even think.
That is funny.
So I don't
Just
know.
now, gamer, another flimsy came up for sale, but this time they knew what it was, and now it's for $100.
Right? Yeah.
That's fine.
No, you got me a great one there.
Yeah, it's a.
I mean,
it's
I
a
haven't
good
really
one, yeah.
seen it, but I trust you that it's
Yeah,
in good shape and it's good and it's all that.
I will say though, I can't open it. That's the thing. So,
Okay, what do you mean?
as in
just
the screw top it's stuck, so, and I don't want to be hard with it. So
okay. Well,
it is old, remember? So
okay. I know I have around here somewhere a um it's just a piece of rubber that's sort of like a rubber band that's about 2 centimeters thick, or wide and long. Can you get something like that? Because that's specifically sort of done and cut to wrap around it and to use it as sort of
Yeah.
just to use it as a wrench.
There is, although
Can
there is
without
a
putting
hole.
pliers on it?
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, can
Pliers
you
on it.
really? Because I would really prefer if you opened it up, because they made customs. Because I've never showed you it was torn. The box was torn. So as opposed to cut open, and
Yeah.
that they sent. I'm just sort of afraid that they may want to punch something through it. So I'd rather have it if it can be twisted to open.
Yeah.
I mean, without like mangling it too badly, I would really
I'll try.
at some point.
Yeah. Before I send it, I'll try and open it. But not
Yeah. I'm not saying you got to do it now. Just so that if they want to look inside it, think that it's being smuggling something, as opposed to just.
What about that's a cool thing you might actually like here. Oh no. Winter War medal.
Oh, that's actually.
Yeah.
Now, something like the Winter War medal, has that ever been? And I don't know if you know or have a way to look it up. Has it ever been faked?
No. There were so many delivered. So I
Well,
talked to people about it,
that's sort of
so.
my point is like I don't think like a
€35 by the way.
That's
yeah,
good.
that's pretty cool. I haven't seen what it looks like,
Yeah.
but Winter War sounds cool.
I have one myself. So it also has the one with the swords on it. I think that's it means something, because mine doesn't have that on the ribbon. I'm gonna check here. I have a website for it. With clasps. Okay. What does a sword mean?
Damn it!
Each medal was awarded with a certificate of which recorded date and what clasp and sword, if applicable. Okay. Swords and clasps. Swords were awarded to those who had taken part in the combat operations. These were
Okay.
produced from silver-colored metal. Okay. The swords represented the swords of the Corellian coat of arms. Okay, so sword meaning the guy who got this medal actually fought.
Right. And as opposed to
in
just
the
was
military.
in the army at the time, or
Yeah. I actually
Yeah.
kind of want it myself. So yeah. Yeah, no. I have another Winter War medal as well, so don't worry about it. But you can just get that as well instead. For like, I got the one I got was for like €20, so not even that. I traded it when I bought it with a part of some other medals when I got it. Let's see what else. I'm going through like everything right now for you, so.
Sure.
Mm. Okay, I wanted to what I wanted you to get was a Norwegian participation medal, but people are
That
over.
would be cool.
Yeah, people are just really up pricing them lately. Like they're selling them for like $100, which that's not how much they go for. They go for around $40 to $50 at maximum, and if it's with a rosette, maybe $55. So.
All right.
So yeah, I'm just looking. I've put a shit ton of stuff on my website here, like on the tabs to see. I found stuff that you might find interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. There is a lot, and I mean a lot of knives. There is so many.
Yeah, well,
Carl
that'll be.
Zeiss. There's a Carl Zeiss.
Gosh,
They make
Yeah,
good lenses.
yeah, but
I
they
mean, like if you're talking
it's the
binoculars or something,
yeah, it's
they're
binocular
really
with the
yeah,
leather like holders. Well,
right, yeah.
there's some Russian
I've thought about getting a
metals.
pair of Zeiss binoculars, but damn, they're
Our
expensive.
military, when we were at the military used store, like the surplus store that they had, they actually
Yeah.
were selling a Zeiss from the army that was like German capture,
Uh,
but they were like really
oh, that would be
overpriced.
amazing. I want
There,
that.
yeah, there
yeah,
is
but
one here found, but I'm just gonna double check if it's good.
Kronos, you ready? Button. Right. Oh, Kronos left. Okay,
Yep.
you want to join us, Eric, or are you just hanging?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Thanks for the offer,
No.
though.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
Kronos left. Right.
Okay. So for 60, how much is this in? I'm trying to figure out. So 52 euros for the Norwegian participation medal. I'll send them pictures to you.
that sounds cheap actually.
Yeah, remember, I have to send it to you as well. Please keep that in mind.
Yeah, I
So
know. What's that like? 10 euros or something?
I don't know. As I said, I'll have to check.
Left or
So
right, Spawn Gamer?
I'm going on the left-hand side.
that one is that one.
Sure.
Yeah, here's a real Carl Zeiss.
But I was thinking of getting a modern one, but yeah.
This one it's for 950 crowns, but is it a World War II one?
All right.
For 83 euros, you get it with the actual like pouch leather
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, no,
It says
I was
something-
thinking of buying a modern pair, but yeah.
It says something on it like K. Maybe I don't know. That would be way too underpriced if it was. This guy's. I need to save these images and rotate them because this guy cannot take pictures. It's all upside down. What does it say there? Let me save. Let me check them. It says Carl Zeiss Jena, that's correct. But what does it say here? It says DE8, I think. Okay, it's a nice one. I don't know if you'd be interested in that. That's just a crag bayonet that I was wanting to look at. Another crag bayonet I wanted to look at. It's a Steyr one I already have. No. 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 No.
Looks like our light tank has spotted somebody up here. Oh, there's two of them spotted. Okay, let's come up on the hill, see if we can kill them now that we know where they are. Ah, something shooting at me, so nobody knows where I am. Oh, is that him there? No, that wasn't him. Okay. Let's go back down the hill. So we spot who spotted me, or whatnot. Oh, there he is. I see him, and I missed him. I hit him, and I took out most of his crew. Not all of his crew, because no armor, best armor, but now he's dead. Okay. That baddie is dead. Oh, you just hit me. Okay, gotta back up to repair. Repairing. Up here. Oh, I see you. Let's see. Okay, you bounced off of me. I got nothing when I hit you. Okay. Let's see if I can.
That's really the stuff I could find, I don't know, right now, at least that I think you might like.
Yeah.
There is. I think the Winter War medal is kind of cool. At least I'm interested in it, definitely. So,
Sounds very cool, yeah.
not bad price either. Or you might always, you can always, you know, get a helmet or something, but those normally cost a little bit more. So,
And be a bit more expensive to ship.
yeah, it's bigger. So,
You're heavier.
What's the price for an helmet?
it depends if you want a German one. Like, there's a,
No,
like a nice.
you know, I mean, if Arno has his
Unless
heart
it's-
set on a German one, fine. But I really
Yeah.
suggest, because there's, you know, so many people grab Spanish helmets and make
yeah,
them
but
up.
like
and
here I found one that's marked as refurbished, as in like, and it's a lower price than usual.
right,
Like that other helmets, right? It's like what, $150, but it's just the shell, right? So you're
Right.
not getting the
the
liner.
liner, and yeah, it
Like
just
the most common helmet you can get here is like a Norwegian M1 helmet, but they're not really. I wouldn't recommend buying those. Those are not interesting at all. Highly not. I would not recommend getting one of those.
yeah.
So, just being honest.
And yes, he killed me. 2S1 right here. That was being stupid, but impatient. Oh, what's he gonna shoot down somebody? That is it. No, I'll come back in and do battles. Some more.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
So yeah. What else do I have on my thing here? Book on the Yarman rifle.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
Well, it's something I need for my collection. So,
Damn it.
yeah, sorry. But I already have a book on it technically. So,
Oh, good, you got the 2S1. Very nice. Not me. Oh, over there. Okay, let's move the car. Oh, and another one. Okay, too many out here. Okay, there's several out here in the trenches near where this wrecked Zeppelin is. I'm gonna convert over to AA. See if I can keep something down. There it is. There we go. This has a nice fast turret on it. Or have you seen the recent Napoleon movie or Oppenheimer? No.
I've seen the Napoleon movie.
I've heard, and you give your report too, Eric. But I've heard the Napoleon movie is a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's a terrible historical movie, but the battle scenes, and Toyjet agrees with this. The battle sequences were very nice, like as in like visually very nice, and I do believe historically as well. The battle actual scenes, but like the whole scope of the movie, it's not like perfectly paced.
From
Oh,
what I've seen of the battle scenes, they're not that historically accurate either.
No, well then I'm just wrong. But I liked the movie. I enjoyed it.
Okay,
Also,
well,
didn't they didn't they have like snipers with scopes at
yes,
Waterloo?
which didn't happen. Yes, they did not.
Yeah.
There was nobody with scopes in
I think
the Napoleonic Wars.
The sniper term was coined in the Civil War, I believe.
Yeah, did they also have like during Waterloo? Have,
No,
like,
sniper is
cavalry
somebody
charge?
who shoots snipes. Snipes. It's
Oh,
a type of bird.
Yeah.
But the first optics that I know were used were by Berdan's snipers, I believe, sharpshooters, because they shot Sharp's rifles. That's why they get the sharpshooter's name.
But I have heard Oppenheimer's a good movie.
Now, Oppenheimer, I've heard reasonable things about it, but I have not seen it. And I've also heard a few people not liking it, but I don't know. You know, that's just, I don't know the historicity, how correct history it is or isn't. But
Yeah.
so if you're into historical movies, not just female romance movies, but if you're into historical movies, you probably won't like Napoleon. If you're the type that wants.
Really, the movie should have probably been called Napoleon and Josephine.
Yeah. And it really.
Also, question: is it true that during one of the sex scenes, Napoleon makes donkey noises?
Yes.
Why?
I'm not buying all that. And Napoleon was not lovesick over Josephine. I'm not saying he didn't love her. But I'm saying it wasn't like some weird obsession situation. And that's what I hear the movie makes out.
Gamer, I've never seen that in War Thunder. You can get severe damage when you damage
That's new. It's a new thing. For aircraft, it's not just a critical hit, but it's like severe damage.
It's like when you like take out one of their control systems or something.
Or something that is likely to crash them, but isn't quite yet considered a kill. And this is what.
If you cut off a wing.
Yeah, this is what Toyjet complained about before. That they get killed by an aircraft that I've already killed, and they stated, because somebody else complained about that in one of their question and answer things. Said, well, aircraft that are damaged are still dangerous. So I guess this is sort of a real world compromise in that the aircraft is something that's going to be plummeting to ground and you're losing control over, but it may still have a pilot that's still alive, and it may still have it may still be able to release your bombs or something and crash into you. But it is dying, or it is dead, but it hasn't like fully crashed yet. And I can see Toyjet's idea. Well, hey, then I want to know that it's still dangerous, so I keep shooting at it, kind of thing. So even if you've calculated that it's in 5 seconds, it's crashing into the ground, no matter what you do. Even if it's still dangerous, you may want to still try to kill the pilot or something. I don't know. So that's the new severe damage. Is something like that. Because I've always sort of complained is when you hit something critical in an aircraft, and it still flies away and it lands and repairs. Well, to me, something critical, means it's either a critical weapon system or it's a critical flight system, and it's going to fall out of the sky. Where, like, if it's a critical hit on a tank, well, it's not going to drive anymore. And, well, okay, you can repair it. You can't really, like, repair an aircraft in the sky. Now, whether you agree with the repair mechanics or not, that's another question.
Well, I mean, I did manage to land an aircraft on the airfield once with only one wing.
Yes, and I agree that that is a critical hit. But how far did you fly with only one wing?
Actually, half the map.
Truly, only one wing, or just you've lost part of one wing and you have a full other wing?
Well, I still had one full other wing, of course.
But did you have like a wing and a half kind of thing?
Possibly.
I'm going towards C, guys. Yeah. But yeah.
I need to check the picture.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know where they are currently. C?
Yeah. C. Yeah, that's where I'm heading.
I think this is going to be my last round.
Okay. Probably then mine too.
I'm getting a bit tired, and I also haven't eaten anything yet.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna want lunch soon, anyways. But yeah, sounds good for me too.
Good.
America and the Soviet.
Yes. The US, the Soviets against the rest of the world.
Yeah.
In Poland.
Yes. Sounds a little
Now, how
improbable.
might this have happened?
Yeah. Improbable. I haven't seen anybody yet, but I'm not used to playing on this version of this map way out here at sea, so I don't know where I should expect to see somebody. Front here, there's a some sort of tank with bushes on it. Okay. In between those two buildings. On the point. It looked like maybe British tank. Wasn't sure, but it had some camo and bushes on it. White camo, bushes. I think. There he is. Okay, I don't know what it is. Okay, you got it. Good. T-44, that's what it was. Okay, I think that was the only thing there. So I was wrong on my identification badly. We would fight the British? No, we're not fighting the British. So it couldn't have been British.
recently a what's it called? A British
E?
British Navy man that was in like part of the cargo ships during World War II, which was a
Got
gunner. He was awarded the
right.
Norwegian Defense Medal, which is kind of
There's
cool.
a guy on the ridge straight over here. Okay, there he is. I see his 50 cal. He sees me. 50 cal's pointing at me. He's moving. He sees that my barrel's tracking him. And you kill him. Good job.
We're controlling most of the zone.
Are you on my
Push up.
mark, please?
We're on the other side of the map. We can't get anywhere near you, and we're both in heavy tanks as well. So,
Damn it.
yeah. Not that we don't want to, Arno, but we just can't.
Sure, traders.
Yeah, don't stand too near me. I'll move or you move. One of us move.
I was already moving to get a
Okay.
bit of
Yeah.
distance.
Just so we're not one single bombing target.
Yeah, it's spread out a bit more.
The wrong button. Might have been able to machine gun him. Yeah. Doing well.
MG einsatzbereit.
Riveting.
Yes, there's nothing happening. I'm afraid to move and get shot. Oh, is
Die, bitch!
that something? No, it was just some shack or something I just shot. Okay. Through some trees, I couldn't quite tell.
Revenge!
Well, good, Arno. At least somebody's getting some kills here.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
Gamer, question. I need advice. So if these guys do not respond again, yeah, I did this on one of their new guns that they sold. Yeah, I sent them a message on that post because maybe they're like ignoring that one post, right? Do you think it would be stupid to me to send it on every post they have out? Would that be retarded to get their attention?
Well, okay. Now you're telling me because I thought when you sent them a message, you sent them an email. But you're now
I did
telling
that
me
as well. I sent them an email. They have
Alright.
not responded to the email.
Okay. Yeah,
They've
that's
not
what I
responded
was
to multiple. Yeah, the
because
email they did
because
not respond.
because this is a post on a sold item long ago. They may to them they may be ignoring that just because
Yeah, that's
there's
why.
too much stuff.
Yeah, that's why
Um.
I sent it on a newer post that was like from
Okay,
yesterday.
but you were trying to give them telephone calls and they weren't answering.
Hmm.
And when you say post, what is this like
Like
on?
on Finn, you
Okay, okay,
have different
okay,
sales posts, right?
right. Okay, so you bought this on Finn. That's
Yeah.
what I was wanting to know. Well,
So I've already sent them a pretty lengthy
I mean, I don't know.
message.
I don't know where harassment comes in on Finn. I don't know what if you post that this company did not send me the pictured items on other things, be
Because
wary. You might
because if I ask Finn, all they'll do is say, keep us updated, but report it to the police. That's all they
right,
say.
yeah, and that's maybe all they can do. I don't
Yeah.
know if on Finn you can review the seller as being
Only if
um,
they mark you as the buyer, and that they didn't do that for me.
okay. Yeah, well, I there's to a point. Are you just trying to get revenge, or you're trying to get your item?
I want my
Because
item back. I want the stuff I want.
right, yes, and so you posted on this other message. You sent an email. You've now. I spent months calling the official phone number for a business. That basically one person's operating it, and I never got a response for him. I think you sort of know, and I don't want to talk about exactly
Yep.
what it
Yeah.
was.
No worries.
And then I found more or less like his. Oh, there's a guy sort of to the south on the G row that just killed me. Then I found another number for him because I had something of his name, and in telephone listing type thing. And with that, I got a hold of him. So I don't know why his official number, and it was still on his paperwork. He was still listing his other number. So it wasn't like it was completely dead, and oh, why did I spawn up on the other thing? I don't know. So, it wasn't like he changed it and didn't, and I didn't know he changed it. No, he was still listing the other number as his business number on his emails that he was sending me. Or, yeah, because he sent an email with sort of a header type thing on it that had the phone number that I was calling. So I don't know if that was the desk phone at the office that he's rarely at, and it does take messages because it was taking a message, but he was never checking it like remotely and didn't care about when he was in or whatever. But he was rather responsive. Well, no, at first he was not responsive um, to me calling him. But when I texted the number, he then responded to my phone calls or my texts or both. Because he did not want to respond to on the other number. He did not want to respond to unknown phone numbers. Because my dad had been talking to in that number, and that was not the number I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
using.
Yeah.
So can you hunt up another phone number? Can you text that phone number if it's a texting issue? Go try to contact the business. To see is there and in the town that there is, do you have a person's name to do a phone number Google search or whatever that
I don't have a full. I don't have a full name.
well, or the business name?
I have the business name. I have 3 phone numbers that I can
Okay.
try.
Well,
I've
okay,
called 2
try.
of them.
Well, yeah, try all of them.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying is that maybe the
'Cause the
number
weird
is
thing
still
is, right?
sort of active but not really
Yeah.
active, so they're
So-
not checking that one, or
Yeah, because I sent email to their email from the website
right,
because they have their own sales website for guns. And then I
right,
also I called the original their main telephone, which just went to no response. It timed out.
right.
Then I tried to call their weapon department, and I just got hung up. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you call and you're like waiting and it beep and it goes, "Doo-doo." You know what I mean? Like immediately.
Right.
It
So they
doesn't take
didn't
the full
talk to
time.
you. Now they probably, I'm guessing, but they probably didn't know your number specifically was tied to your case or something like
Yeah, I don't
to
know.
know to ignore it, as opposed to like this could be a fresh sale or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Because
Well-
that call. Okay, you're going to be going. Yeah, we're going to be ending this.
Yep. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ZZ, Tiger Cat, Michael Fox, if
Take
you're
care.
still around. Thank you, of course, Dino, Arno, and Kronos, who's already left. But thank you all for hanging out with me today. Mohib, thanks. See you guys next weekend with more War Thunder and hopefully more Hearts of Iron, but maybe something else. We may do something else other than Hearts of Iron. We'll see. Maybe more Panzer Force.